Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Teen Titans: The Judas Contract, issue 1. Kel Higgins and Matt Groom on writing, and Tom Rainey on the art. So this is the story of, obviously, Judas Contract, but instead of what happened, Terra, who originally, of course, was going to keep sort of betraying them, she's working for Deathstroke, but ultimately ends in her death when all the story comes together in the original story. In this version of the story, basically, after a pep talk from Dick, decides that she should stand up for herself against her mentor, which is obviously because Dick announces that he's not going to be Robin anymore because he wants to leave Batman's shadow. So she basically, almost like bonds with him because she wants to leave Deathstroke. So when Deathstroke tries to give her some shit, she essentially uses her powers to rip his head off.
No, she rips his body limb from limb. It's not just the head; it's the torso. The arms are gone. Like it's.
I just remember the head flying through the panel.
Yeah, it's because you see the head in the next panel, but you do see the arms come off as well.
Fair enough. So it's the whole shebang.
Yeah.
Pretty brutal.
So we read Judas Contract for a Patreon thing way a while back.
Oh, that wasn't Patreon, Matt. This was back when the 5th week was so late that we did a trade, in place of books.
And then I thought it was just, maybe the 80s that I didn't enjoy Terra, the way she spoke, and Higgins and Groom transpose that here, and I just don't like that version of Terra. They did a good job.
Yeah, this is accurate, right?
Yeah, and so it just made me realize I don't like that version of Terra. Like, it's just a thing, like the way that she talks irritates me. So I don't want to judge them for that. I just thought, like, maybe I'm running out of steam on these Dark Multiverses. I
thought this one flowed really, because obviously these books have been longer.
Yeah,
I thought this one went in quick enough. I didn't feel the length.
See, I didn't enjoy. Like, it's fine. Like, I feel like it's very middling.
I think I enjoyed all the actual dark stuff, which was her killing, Deathstroke, but also actually. So there's a bit before she kills Deathstroke, right, where she's kind of like complaining about the old man, Wintergreen's around, right?
Yeah.
I love that after she rips off Deathstroke's body parts in his head and we see his head lying there, the very next panel underneath that, half the page, is her throwing the doors of the house open and she's just going, "Oh, Wintergreen!" I laughed out loud at that. I thought that was really funny.
Properly villainous.
Yeah.
Like, over the top cartoony.
Who loses his hand.
She kind of, destroys his hand.
Because he pulls a gun on her and she crushes it with lava.
Yeah. So
what a way to lose your hand.
He tries to fight back against her to electrocute her. It doesn't work. And, so she's like kind of using him.
Well, she ends up with Slade's, so she ends up with she had reasoned that there's no way that Slade wouldn't have a backup plan. So he has the same, he has the equipment on hand to return him into Slade. So that's what she goes for. And instead of leaving her in a coma like it did with Slade, she's fine.
She's supercharged and becomes Gaia.
Yeah, because Wintergreen was hoping that would stop her enough. Sure, I'll go through with it, but she'll be in a comatose state like Slade was, and it doesn't. And then so she redubs herself Gaia, being she is Mother Earth, not the Roman goddess of the Earth. I mean, they're the same thing if you know your mythology.
Yeah, I think it was more how the language evolved that Terra became not a nice word, whereas Gaia still has connotations of Mother Earth, like you say.
So. Yeah, that's
Which
fine.
I'm not gonna lie. All this talk of Mother Earth is making me think of Poison Ivy and Batman and Robin.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. And so she kills the Titans, and that's all dark and whatnot.
Blows up the tower.
Yeah, she blows up the tower. She kills, like, I think she blasts Donna Troy on a rock into space. Like that. Yeah. That's what she does to Donna Troy.
Oh, and she does my girl Starfire wrong.
Starfire tries to escape, and then she just reburies her.
Yeah.
And then Dick and Wally are the last two standing. Gar's still. Gar's still existing, but Dick and Wally, who are both kind of retired, they've both kind of left the Titans, suit back up to take her on because someone needs to stop her. But they both fail. They both get stabbed. Gar eventually comes in because Gar has feelings for her. He tries to appeal to her.
Superman comes in first.
Oh, Superman's first. Sorry, I was jumping ahead. Superman tries to stop her first, and she finds all the kryptonite on Earth and uses it against them because it's still still rock.
Yeah. So she and that's what I'm chalking up to the Sladeness. Like, sure, she was able to normally she would have done that. Yeah. So she separated the elements to find the kryptonite and then use it on him. And Superman's being surprised, trying to talk her down, trying to convince her to do the right thing. But she just stabs him with a shit ton of kryptonite. And then, we see other heroes around the world, all the earthquakes are happening, tidal waves, and the rest of it. Gar, who's all Two-Face looking from his injuries, shows up and tries to convince her that she could be better than this. And she burns him with lava. Yep.
And then the last panel before we go to Tempest Fuginaut to sort of round out the bookend is just Superman lying there with lots of kryptonite sticking out of him, just dead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a sad state of affairs.
I think what I like here though is the framing, that this isn't a tragedy. This wasn't where something went wrong on this Earth. It was, Dick Grayson was empathetic and went and spoke to someone and tried to do the right thing.
It's what Fujinite says at the end, is that the sad part here is that for the world to be okay, the tragedy had to happen. It was the tragedy of Terra's death, but that needed to happen. Not happening led to this world where she destroys most of the planet and is riding around on a rock dragon.
It's pretty cool.
The rock dragon's pretty metal. I love the rock dragon.
Mad Science sort out on this issue, but then there's a rock dragon, so it's all.
I got to the last page and I was like, no, this is fine.
I can't wait for her to show up.
I feel like
Rock Dragon in the future.
This needs a metal version of the Never-Ending Story theme to play. It's just flying a rock dragon. The Never-Ending Story. Yeah. What are we rating? Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Teen Titans: The Judas Contract, Matt.
I'll give this a solid 7.
I think that's fair, Connor.
A little bit higher. I got 7.5.
Yeah, I'd agree with Simple. I think the art as well. Well, I don't think it was faultless, but I thought it fit the tone of the time period it was trying to emulate.
Yeah, you could definitely tell it's going for the George Perez version.
Yeah,
like the Starfire and Robin in particular, they're very down to the hair is very George Perez. So, but it fits.